Hello and welcome to Season 2, Episode 4 of The Head Coach. My name's Daniel and coming up today we've got a big home doubleheader against Hartlepool and Ebbsfleet, two of our playoff rivals sitting directly above us in the league. But first, as always, let's go and have a look at what's been happening since you were last here. Since our defeat against Blackpool in the FA Cup, we've had a bit of a mixed run of form. We've been fairly consistent. We did lose the following game 2-0 against Aldershot, who were top of the league at the time. We then went on a lovely 5-game unbeaten run with a couple of disappointing draws, but we couldn't complain overall. Then we lost in the first round of the FA Trophy. We essentially threw the game. We played a very unfamiliar squad. You won't notice some of the names in there, and some of them you'll recognise from me trying to get them out of the club before. Before the last 3 games, we have been completely inconsistent over the festive period. But our most recent result was a 2-0 win against relegation favourites Bath. Jonathan Oyunga finally getting his first goal for the club. He scored 34 goals in the National League South last year, but it took him 9 games to get off the mark for us. We can't argue too much though, because he hasn't had a start yet in the league. No transfer business since last time, so let's get straight into the first of our doubleheader against Hartlepool. We are the underdogs. They're directly above us in the league, 1 point above, but we have got a game in hand. But even so, I think with our form starting to dry up, they'll be well ahead of us in this game. So the lineup we've got for today's game, we've got Walker in goal as usual, a back four of Passley, Parry, Casey and Hammerlinen. Midfield we've got Wanadio coming in on the right with Brundle, Ashby and Pinnock, and Younger gets his first league start up front alongside Ryan Bird, with Jake Hyde coming off in the last game and only just fit for a place on the bench. Let's get straight into it then. We'd expect to be losing this game. They're playing the 4-3-3, which we struggle against so much. I don't know what it is with this formation, but the holding midfielder seems to cause all sorts of chaos. So let's challenge the players to pick up where they left off against Bath. It wasn't a great performance in all honesty, but we did win the game, and that's the most important bit over the festive period. You're playing every 3 games with a squad that hasn't got the greatest fitness. You've just got to find a way to win. And it also probably doesn't help that we obviously don't play a possession game, so we do spend a lot of the match chasing and then just hoping that the long ball over the top works. And Passley's missed a header there. It's going to lead to an attack, but the shot's blocked. We have noticed that the video quality's gone up significantly since we've moved into this new PC, but Hartlepool are going through again, and it just means their goals are easier to see. We're 1-0 down in less than 90 seconds. I can't see who scored it. Pannanen got the final touch. It was a decent finish, let's be honest, but we shouldn't be letting goals in that easily, and there were plenty of defensive mistakes there. But can we come straight at them? Bird switches to Wanadio in space. Can he get the ball into the box? He can. Bird knocks it down for a Younger, and that's a good save. Is that Scott Loach, formerly of Watford? I think it is. Not a big fan of the Watford players, but he was a good player. I don't know what he's doing in the conference. I suppose Hartlepool, they did drop down quite recently, didn't they? Ashby's going to build it again with Wanadio. Can he take on his man down the right? He gets across him, but that one's poor and it's straight at the keeper. But we have had an early chance straight after the goal, but now Hartlepool have got their own corner and Rodney heads just over. But a free header is something we need to be worrying about. It's not been the best of starts. We did react quickly to the goal, but overall Hartlepool are dominating this game, and they're going to build yet another attack from here. Again, they've just got that extra man over in midfield, which is causing us all sorts of trouble. Casey's got it at the back, and that clearance is atrocious, but Passley manages to mop up and get it clear. Bird puts a Younger in. Can he get his second goal in 2 games? He can't. That is a dismal finish. And we've wasted a second good chance of the game, and 15 minutes in we deserve to be 1-0 down as a result. Hartlepool building again. Pannanen, the goal scorer, has got plenty of space on the edge, but his shot's blocked. Can a Younger catch on the counter-attack? He can't. Surely that's a foul. Ashby's made the challenge, but it's fallen straight to Pannanen, who's put it wide. But how was that not given? He absolutely wiped him out, but we've got a corner with Ashby. He goes back to the edge to Wanadio, and that's a ridiculous effort. I don't know what he's doing there. If that's all we're going to come up with, it don't deserve to be getting a result out of the game, to be completely honest. Magni at the right back area has gone long for us, but it's straight through to Mitch Walker and goal. And can we build something a bit more meaningful now? He's gone for the big long punt over the top. Ayunga's lost it out in the air because we haven't got 2 big men now. Pinnock's got it on the left. He gets Bird in. Can he get the cross across for Ayunga? He does, but it's headed away. And again, they get it clear comfortably. But Ashby finds Brundle on the edge. His shot's blocked out to Wanadio. Can he deliver? He can't. He's just given it away with an awful first touch. We are trying something a little bit different in the midfield today. We've got Brundle and Ashby playing as usual, but they're playing in different roles. As Rodney hits the post and they've scored on the rebound. And when I try to give you some general information, we let in a goal every time, so I better stop with that. He scored it that time. He looked offside from the rebound, but there was nothing given, so we have to just suck it up and accept we're 2-0 down and we're not going to get a result today. Our inconsistent form's going to continue. But as I was mentioning, the difference in the midfield, we've got Brundle playing as a box-to-box because he just kept getting sent off in the ball-winning role. And we've dropped Ashby to a deep-lying playmaker role where he's more comfortable, just to try and get him to produce some more long, risky passes, which we've set him to do. We was struggling to create a few things in the last few games with Ashby in the central midfield role. We just don't really seem to have that possession with it. We had a little spell of 6 or 7 games where it worked, but after that nothing's happened. And here Hartlepool come again from the corner, they're on the counter-attack. And he's just run 70 yards without a challenge. He's played it to his centre forward, and luckily he's put it wide. Wasn't a long way wide though, and that's got to be a warning for us. It's been an awful half. We've been beaten by far the better team so far, and we have got to make some big changes in this half. We're going to expect much better and give them 10 minutes, and after that we're just going to go all out with 3 early changes. You can see despite the scoreline we have had one clear-cut chance which we wasted, and can we get an early chance in this half with a Younger out to Wanadio, but it's through ball to a Younger. Is he going to make that? He's not. I thought he was for a minute, but Hartlepool, look how much time they've got to bring it out of defence, and that's where that holding midfielder gives them the advantage. I think they've always got that pass out from the back. Here they go over the top again. It's intercepted by Hammerline, it's a big hoofed clearance to Bird. And can we build something from here? Brundle goes long to a Younger. What is he doing? He's got all the pace and strength to go and take him on and get him behind, but he's just lashed it from 35 yards, and it was closer to the corner flag than the goal yet again, and probably closer to the Dover town centre. But here Hartlepool come on the counter again, and it's just so easy. We're going to have to do well to keep the score down in this game, because this is the sort of one where the confidence just goes if you let in a 3 or 4 or 5. But Pannonen's causing all sorts of chaos again. It looked like it took a slight deflection, but it was straight at Walker, luckily, who gets his hands to it and holds. The long kick up to Bird, who has lost out in the air again, but Pinnock gets a Younger in. Can he do better this time? He can! Jonah Younger has finally got a goal. He's had 3 clear-cut chances in this game by my reckoning, and he has wasted the first 2, but he's finally got his goal, and if we can get him into the goal-scoring form he was in the National League South last year, we will be able to push on and stay in the playoffs. But you can see at the moment we have dropped down to 8th. It was only a matter of time, really, and Ashby's in now. I thought it had gone in, but it deflects wide. We are starting to put a bit of pressure on them now. Can we do anything with the corner? Wanadio's delivery finds Parry, and there is the equaliser. It is 2-2, and we have started this second half fantastically. We've come flying out the blocks. We're back into the playoff places. I don't know how long it will last, but if we can play like this all half, we will win this game, no doubts. But we've got to watch out for that Dangerman Pannanen. He's just hoofed it over the top, and Rodney has a shot saved again. Walker's had a really good game, to be fair to him, despite letting in the 2 goals. Brundle heads the corner away, and again we're trying to hold out. Parry goes long with the clearance, and we've just got to make sure we don't waste all our hard work letting in another goal. We don't need to make any subs just yet, because we've come back fantastically so far in this half. Ayunga's building another attack now with Wanadio. Wanadio gets a great ball into Bird, and he's hit the bar. Oh, I thought the turnaround was complete there. Hammerlinen's going to build again with Ashby. A great switch to Wanadio. That's why we needed a deep line playmaker. And I don't know if Magni meant to do that, but he headed it back forcefully to his keeper. It was a great switch of play by Ashby. It's why I love playing with a deep line playmaker most of the time. And Wanadio has been a superb player on the right for us today. Obviously we know him from last season, but he's only just got into the team from Tracy after his poor form. And he has really shown why he should be there more often. We're going to think about subs in a minute, because we have got a game coming up soon. In just a few days' time again. It's been a busy festive period, but we'll give him one last chance to take the lead. Parry out to Wanadio, beats his man again. He's having a field day, and Bird's headed a great chance over. Wanadio is definitely not coming off. That's one thing I can guarantee you. Brundle has a free kick this time, and that's gone close, but not in. 15 minutes to go. Let's make the subs then. We'll give Ashby a rest for Bellamy. I don't know what he's like as a playmaker. Not too bad. We'll keep him in there. Pinnock's going to come off, and we're going to bring Ilasami on. I don't want to move Wanadio from the right. Normally I'd bring Tracy on and switch them, but this time we're not. We'll bring Hammerlinen into midfield. I'm going to bring Jake Hyde on for Bird, who looks absolutely knackered, and he has just missed a couple of good chances after a good first half display. So hopefully Jake Hyde can continue his goal scoring form this season. He's got the most goals, the most assists, the best pass completion, best man of the matches, or the most man of the matches I should say. He's got every stat on that homepage. He is the star man. So if he can carry out on for the season, he'll prove to be a wonderful signing by a director of football. And we've got to remember Ryan Bird now is in his 30s. He's just turned 31. And we're really holding out for the end of the season because he's probably not got another year in him at this level as first choice. Hyde's paid the ball to a younger. Can we counter again? We can. Hyde's in one-on-one. He's had a shot, but he's put it wide. That was a great chance, and we've missed again. We really should have won this game based on the second half, but if we can get the 2-2 result from 2-0 down at half-time, it will still go down as a good result and a confidence builder. One last hoof over the top from Bellamy, but it's mopped up easily at the back. They're bringing it forward again with East, and the one thing we can't afford to do is concede. What's gone on there? Everyone stood still, and Rodney crosses for Donaldson, and thankfully Walker makes a great save, and the rebound, he's hit the post from an open goal. Brundle's got it to Bellamy. We've got 30 seconds left. Hammerlinen goes long into Hyde. Can he make it? He does. And he's been... Oh, he's committed the foul. No, he's offside. That's fair enough. We can't argue with that. I thought he'd been given a foul against him there, which would have been incredibly harsh. Passley hoofs the ball clear, and that'll be it. We're going to have to settle for a draw, but considering the position we were in at half-time and how diabolical we were in the first half, that is a wonderful result. Great comeback, and we'll let them know it's a great comeback as well. There we go, what a great effort. 2-2 then, a good result against the team above us in the league, and we're keeping in the hunt for those playoff places. You can see there's a little 3-point gap building there to Gateshead, and we've got a game in hand. We're up against Ebbsfleet next, who have just moved up to third place with a huge win at Barrow in the league there, as you can see. Right, we're straight back for the second game in our doubleheader today at home to Ebbsfleet, who have moved up to third after their last win. They've got games in hand and could go top if they win both, so this is going to be a tough game. They are the slight favourites for it, so let's see who we've picked. It's only 3 days since the Hartlepool game, so we have made the one change into the team. We've got a line-up of Walker in goal, Passley, Parry, Casey and Hammerlinen at the back. Wanadio keeps his place on the right with Brundle, Ashby and Pinnock. And the one change comes up front where Hyde comes in for a Younger to play alongside Ryan Bird. A Younger just drops to the bench and the rest of the squad is exactly the same. So let's get straight into it and see if we can get another good result today. Hopefully we don't give them a 2-goal head start, and against a 4-4-2 we should be a bit more successful. If we can keep it 0-0 and build into the game as we have so often in the 2 years of this save at both clubs, then hopefully we'll be able to get the win. But we know this is going to be a hard game. They're high in confidence after their 4-0 win at Barrow. We've got a bit of our struggles with fitness, but look at their fitness. They're all in the 70s already. This has given me a bit of hope. If we can keep it 0-0 in the second half, we should be able to build momentum against them. But here they come with an early attack. Hyde intercepts and goes long across to Wanadio, but it's intercepted. Leave that switcher play to Ashby. They're straight in with Hepburn Murphy. I'm sure he's a Villa youngster who's on loan. I remember having him at Villa on one of my other saves last year, so I'm sure he's a good young prospect, and he's definitely quick if I remember rightly, but he hasn't made the most of that chance, and we can hopefully keep it 0-0 for a while. He's gone for a long range effort again there. He looks like he's going to be the danger man, but that time he's gone a long way wide. 15 minutes in, they've only really had one good chance. We haven't had anything to speak of, but if we can keep it tight for a little while, you can see how much they're struggling with fitness already. Hopefully we can build into the game like we did against Hartlepool and dominate the second half. And if we can finish some chances today, that would be great. Here is Hammerlinen with the long ball up to Bird in the box. Has a shot. It's a great save. I thought he was offside. I'd stop for a minute. But he did have it one-on-one, and it's a really wasted chance in the end. And they've come straight forward on the counter, but Parry clears the cross, and Pinnock hoofs it long into the opposition half. Parry with a long clearance again. Bird coming down on the right. A great ball into Jake Hyde, who's through on goal, but he's put it just wide. It looked like a decent effort, to be fair, but we really want to be testing the keeper now. I need a couple of shots on target in this game, one apiece for each side. It's been quite a tight game and not many highlights, but can we build one here? Wanadio wins it back but gives it straight away, and Butterworth's through for them but has an awful shot wide, and they haven't looked particularly dangerous for a side up in third. But we've got one last chance in this half. It's intercepted, but Wanadio can bring it forward again. It's a great through ball for Hyde, who's one-on-one with the keeper. He's tried to shoot early, and that effort was absolutely awful. He's been in poor form. He's not scored for a few games now, so we're starting to worry about him a little bit. A younger may have to play the role again, having scored 2 games in a row for us. But it's 0-0 at half time, not much to speak about, and it went very quickly. Only the couple of chances. We want them to prove a point. Can they do what they did in the last game? In the second half, we came flying out the traps after half time against Hartlepool. And with our superior fitness here, we'd love to do the same again. We've just got to watch out for that danger man, Hepburn Murphy. But that's a poor pass, and we've won it back early on, and the highlight ends. We are looking in a good position in this league. I still don't know if we're going to quite have enough for the playoffs. We've got that bigger squad now, which is a big thing for us as we come forward again with Hyde, but he's lost out. He wins it back for Ashby, and that's the end. We have got a bit of a bigger squad than we had last year with Bogner, but the competition in this level is a lot higher. And when we've got back to that 1 a week games, we've really struggled. When we play better teams, they've won basically. We haven't had this fitness advantage like we've got in this game. If this had been Saturday to Saturday, I'm sure Ebbsfleet probably would have put in a better performance. And I just don't think on paper we've got one of the best 7 or 8 teams in the league. You can see Gateshead and Tranmere below us. They're better sides on paper automatically. So that already puts us down to 9th. I think we'll definitely finish in the top half. We're probably not going to have to worry about relegation. We're probably not going to have to worry about our expectations of mid-table. We've got 20 minutes to go, so we will make a couple of subs. Brundle was the most tired at the start, and he's had a poor game to show for it, so we'll bring Bellamy on. Don't know what he's like as a box-to-box player. Not the best, but we'll leave him there for now. Pinnock's had a poor game again. We'll bring him off for Tracy, and this time we will swap Wanadio over. He's not quite had the same success today, and Hyde's been poor, so we'll revert to the last team against Hartlepool, where Bird and Ayunga were up front together. And let's see if that makes any difference in the last 20 minutes. We want to use our fitness. We want to build attacks. You can see up front they've got nothing left really. Hepburn Murphy's up there. He's in the 50s. So surely we can get 1 or 2 attacks. We'll make it count. But nothing's really happened, as has been the story with much of the game. They've got the attack as it happens. From a set piece, it's headed away, but it's fallen straight to them again. And they look the more dangerous. Not particularly dangerous, but they look more dangerous than us. They've had a long-range effort, and Walker's saved it easily. Can we build on the counter-attack? Bird's lost out in the air, but it's fallen to Wanadio. Can he take him on? He finds Bird. Bird tries to put it across, but it's fallen back to him, and he shoots, but it's been tipped wide. We are starting to put some pressure on now. Wanadio's corner's absolutely awful. It just hits the first man, probably not even at head height, and that's a wasted opportunity. We just want one more chance to nick a late winner. We've done it a few times this year when we've not played particularly well, and it would be really welcome against a playoff rival. Bird finds Ayunga into the box, and it's a good save by the keeper. A massive chance goes begging, they state. We've had 2 clear-cut chances now, but haven't put either of them away, and they've brought the corner clear. That really probably was the one we had, the chance to win the game. But as it is, we will stay in the playoffs with this performance. It was our game in hand. It was one of Ebbsfleet's games in hand, and we've held them back as well to keep them within that 6 points touching distance. Really, you've got to look, once we get to Wrexham and Forest Green, they're out of sight. Ebbsfleet are the only ones. We say 6 points, you could probably catch up then. But equally, it's only 6 points down to that sort of mid-table region. So we're not quite at the looking up rather than down stage yet, even though I'm ever the optimist. They've got one last counter-attack here. We need to make sure we don't give anything silly away, but Casey heads away well, and their long-range effort goes quite a way wide. Walker had it covered. We'll trust in him. But that is it. It's very forgettable. It's completely right in the commentary. What an awful game that was. And I'm sure that wasn't the most entertaining to watch. But against the opposition we were playing, that's a good result. We stay in the playoffs 4 points clear. Ebbsfleet stay in 3rd. And overall, we can't complain with our expectations. You can see Mansfield, top of the bottom half, 36 points. We're 12 clear of them. And that's a brilliant position to be in at this stage. Again, they're saying we've held them to the draw, which shows what an underdog we were. But overall, 2 draws and a decent episode against opposition who we'd expect to finish above us in the table. But that is it from this one. If you have enjoyed it, please put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel below for regular content from the head coach every Monday to Thursday at 4:30. And check out my Golden Generation save on Saturdays and Sundays at the same time. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.